Hi, do you ever read? Because I certainly don't. These intros are getting worse as time goes by. For the few times I do read, I prefer when it's something that doesn't hurt when I read it. We will not be talking about things like that today. Instead, we will be talking about the Babylon Bee. If you don't know, the Babylon Bee is the conservative version of The Onion. The Onion being a usually pretty funny, satirical news site that pokes a lot of fun at, mainstream American politics, that kind of thing. But one day, some fossil fuel billionaire's lackey had the idea to, hey, why don't we make The Onion except more racist? So here we are. Let's go through the Babylon Bee Twitter account. I'm gonna rank these headlines on a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being not funny and 10 being funny, and we'll go from there. We'll figure it out. Do you want to make the video? I don't. Right off the bat, the Babylon Bee's header is really bizarre. They got Destiny in the corner or some shit. A fake picture of Joe Biden with his nose photoshopped through a mask. Why? It's actually pretty interesting that they have to literally make something up to prove their point. They can't run a story that said Joe Biden had his nose through a mask, because that obviously didn't happen, so they have to make it up. Then their jokes are funny. If they just manipulate reality and just pretend, then the joke makes sense. Guys, it's funny, you just have to remember this thing that I made up. They got Gavin Newsom with a pot leaf. I don't know, I've met a lot of conservatives that really like weed, so whenever really elitist conservatives try to pull this fucking war on drugs era opinion on weed, I don't feel like it plays out very well. I mean, they were smoking weed at the fucking Capitol insurrection. I don't know what the rest of these are. Just ugly cartoons. Rick and Morty? I don't know, I guess that's what the kids like. So the first article, posted 52 minutes ago as of recording this, Dr. Fauci appears on the cover of Playboy. That's not funny, but what does that have to do with anything? That's just random. Oh, the replies to this are pretty good. I tweet Bible. He received the sign of circumcision as a seal of the righteousness that he had by faith, while he was still uncircumcised. The purpose was to make him the father of all who believe without being circumcised, so that righteousness would be counted to them as well. Romans 4:11. So that was in the replies to that tweet. 0 out of 10, clearly not even a joke, just putting Fauci's head on a Playboy cover, and I guess that's what conservatives find funny. Okay, this is interesting. Socialist cooking show teaches authentic Soviet Union recipe. The Socialist Cooking Show with Chandler Juliet walks you through the grueling experience of cooking, the socialist way. It's a fun and punishing food experience.
Welcome, comrades. Josephina here. Today we're going to be going over some absolutely fab socialist cooking recipes. Let's see what we're working with here. There's nothing. How am I supposed to? I mean, this is great. I have everything I need right here.
I can't keep watching this. This is so fucking bad. This video just reminds me of being a 12-year-old and filming sketches in my kitchen that are actually just fucking dog shit ad-libs.
We're gonna cook the spaghetti noodles from scratch. It's gonna be delicious.
That's literally the same energy as this video. And I'm not gonna go fucking history mode right now, but America has food shortages and has had food shortages in the past. A huge chunk of the current population of America lives in food insecurity. There are millions of people in food deserts. Childhood hunger is a thing here, in the wealthiest country on earth. But no, the Soviet Union, a state that doesn't exist anymore. Nah man, they didn't have potatoes. It's still not safe to go outside, says Fauci's head in a jar in year 2739. It's just the same handful of jokes. It's just vaccines bad, Fauci bad, Democrats bad. Am I right, guys? But all for the wrong reasons. Yeah, of course fucking Democrats are bad, but they're only bad for the reasons that Republicans would like them. They're pro-war, they're pro-capitalist, they're pro-fossil fuel consumption. The biggest problem with Democrats is that they agree too much with Republicans. I don't know, fucking 0 out of 10. Another Fauci bad joke. Awesome, guys. I'm so glad that you have 3 jokes in your fucking arsenal. Let's see if we can find some transphobia. How far down do we have to scroll to find transphobia? Ding, 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 ding. 1 day ago, James Bond to stay male will be played by Elliot Page. Really good. Negative a billion out of 10. Transphobia is never funny. Get out of here. Die. Leftists deeply afraid things can go back to normal. Yeah, We're all so fucking afraid of that. That's why we keep pushing for vaccine mandates. Yeah, that's exactly why we're so scared. Also, I 1000% know for a fact that the person who wrote this does not know the difference between a leftist and a liberal, and probably thinks someone like fucking Nancy Pelosi is a leftist. That's what I love about the fucking internet, is that you can just be so politically illiterate and be a successful conservative poster. You literally don't need to know anything about anything. You just need to be like, the Soviet Union, they didn't have food. Like, it's no wonder Ben Shapiro and Steven Crowder sound so stupid, because they have to be. They literally have to be stupid to be right. Ooh, 9 powerful verses in the Bible that support vaccination. Why don't we just go ahead and click on this? Let's read this one, because I'm sure it's totally fair. Are you still hesitant to get the vaccine? Repent, sinner. Everyone knows that getting the vaccine is the best way to show everyone you're a good Christian. But if you need some extra convincing, check out these incredibly powerful verses from the Bible that show you why you should get vaccinated. Blessed are the vaccinated, for they shall be on the right side of history. Come to me, you are weary and heavy laden, I will give you a dose of the Pfizer vaccine. Love your neighbor as yourself by getting a vaccine that doesn't protect yourself or others from getting infected. For God so loved the world that he gave us a vaccine that works for like 2 weeks and doesn't make you immune. No vaccine makes you immune. That's not the goal. Again, I love how you can literally not know anything about vaccines or how they work, and you can just have an article about it. Literally just title the article, hey, I'm a douchebag that doesn't know fucking anything. I'm just waiting for a comment to be like, oh, what a fucking triggered leftist. As if you motherfuckers don't literally shit and piss yourselves every time a high school trans athlete runs a lap around the track. At least I get fucking pissed off because you are hurting other people. Conservatives literally, foundationally, advocate for the harm of other people for no reason other than it makes them feel good. I'm gonna have to cut so much out of this video, because I can't just fucking sit here and talk about how much I hate conservatives. I can't. Unless Trump leads Allied assault on beaches of Sydney to liberate Australia. As if Trump could run more than fucking 7 feet without having a literal coronary. I wanna know who the fuck wrote these. I used to have a boss when I worked in veterinary that was so like persistent when someone messed up that like we need to find this person and make an example out of them. He would never say that, but that was like the vibe it gave off. Like, who did this? Who told you this wrong information? I relate to that man now. Who made this? I want their face to be public. Listen up, men, Trump said in the gray dawn as they prepared to embark on their boats and LCVPs. You are about to embark on the Great Crusade, the greatest maybe ever. It's a fantastic, tremendous crusade. It was one of my best ideas. Wait, this one ends with, unfortunately Trump got a toe cramp as soon as he hit the beaches and was given a deferment so he didn't have to fight. Clearly referencing his like fake ass Bone Spurs story about dodging the draft in Vietnam. I don't know how many people actually read these articles, it's more about the headlines. So I don't know, maybe there's someone who's actually like somewhat anti-Trump writing these? I doubt it though. It's probably just like a haha, he dodged the draft in Vietnam. Crazed nutjob hell-bent on destroying the country with psychotic, moderate policies. That's how you know you're on the right fucking side of history, Joe Manchin. Yeah, I'm so glad that Joe Manchin's getting a fucking headline in the Babylon Bee. Joe Manchin's a Democrat, by the way. These guys literally think he like kills and eats babies, or at least is friends with people who do that. As heroic Democrats in Washington race against time to save Americans from the horrors of not spending $3.5 trillion, do these people know the state of American infrastructure? Do they know like bridges are literally on the verge of collapsing? Important bridges for like getting supplies from one end of the country to the other. Do they know that? Do they think we can just not spend money on things like that? Do they think that people don't need internet? Joe Manchin is greedy and immoral, said Senator Bernie Sanders, who was really mad to see his $300 billion in gulag funding removed from the infrastructure bill. Conservatives have a really hard time criticizing leftists, so they just make shit up. Yeah, $300 billion in gulag spending. I know it's supposed to be satire, but it's not. It's not satirizing anything. It's just making shit up to make their position seem more favorable, and that's what conservatives have to do. They constantly have to misrepresent the opposition to make themselves seem more sane, because if one side said, yes, I support human rights, and conservatives said, no, I don't support human rights, it would make them look kind of bad. So all they have to do is be like, this guy, fascism, Fidel Castro, 300 billion dead. We're not that, so... Oh, they wrote a book called The Babylon Bee Guide to Wokeness. Leave a comment if you want me to read that. I will be hunting down everyone who writes a comment asking me to read that. 10 tips for making sure your kids are terrified of COVID. Man, they should be. Use this on your fucking conservative uncles. Use these 10 tips. Let's see what they are. Number 1, buy a loud alarm and do COVID drills. Constantly talk about long COVID. Tell them Elmo died of COVID. Get them a pretend vaccine card. Oh my god. Hire a psychopath to dismember one of your pets and tell them that COVID did that. Tell them that Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is hiding in their closet. Given the track record of conservatives in Florida, I wouldn't put it past Ron DeSantis to hide in children's closets for nefarious purposes. Terrifying new horror movie for liberal audiences shows politicians leaving them alone, letting them make their own decisions. I never understood that about libertarians. They're like, put me in Congress, so I don't do anything. I don't want to do shit. I want you to make your own decisions, brother. But like the most well-known libertarian in Congress is Rand Paul, who is absolutely not a libertarian. He is like straight up like authoritative. He loves Donald Trump. He loves police. Okay, no more Babylon Bee. I'm tired. I don't want to read anymore of that. I'd like to read a comment. We've got a bunch of new people to the channel. Hello. So as a result, we've gotten a bunch of new comments. Today's comment of the video is from Mohammed Ibrahim, and he says, "Clarse vid." Thank you, Mohammed. I hope this video was just as clarse. If you'd like to be featured in a video, please leave a comment. I will probably see it, and I will maybe put it on my channel on a video. Get vaccinated, drink your milk, eat your vegetables. I'll see you next week.